What's up, everybody? It's your boy AJ Maldonado. This is episode 11 of the Keep It 100 YouTube channel. And as you can see, or you may know, it is Fight Night UFC 241. Cormier versus Miocic 2. As you can see, I wanted to do this video by the poster of the first fight, and I'm wearing a poster on my back as well. I'm all in tonight. I'm ready for this. You know, it's a great night of fights. You don't only have that. You have Paulo Costa versus Yoel Romero. You saw my last video. Go check that out. Talks about more of the fight card. You got those two guys, those two middleweights classing, possibly for another shot at the title. And then you have the big one. People are talking about as more than the main event. Anthony Pettis versus Nate Diaz. Man, is that going to be a fight. This video most really is going to be about my prediction, what I think is going to happen in the fight. We'll start with the main event. Stipe Miocic, Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier is the underdog. And for many people, they're like, what the hell, Other people are like, yeah, he should be the underdog. Personally, I'm not sure. He's a great fighter, possibly one of the greatest of all time. Me, personally, I don't think he is because he hasn't beaten John Jones. But I feel if he beats Stipe tonight, he will solidify himself as the greatest fighter of all time. Now, let's not forget, Cormier knocked out Stipe at UFC 226, July 7th, 2018, to be a double champion. Now, before that, there was never a light heavyweight champion that moved up to be a heavyweight champion. Cormier was the first to do that. He became one of 3 fighters at the time. 2 fighters at the time. The only other one, Conor McGregor, to do that. Now, Cormier being the underdog, in a way, is kind of a big deal. Mainly because, like I said, he knocked him out. But you're going to get a more hungry, more motivated Stipe. Stipe has not fought since this fight. Stipe has been on the sidelines fighting for a rematch, wanting to get a rematch. Because, hey, let's not forget, with the whole Brock Lesnar pushing and shoving, everybody thought that there was going to be Stipe versus Brock in the biggest heavyweight fight in history. That didn't happen. Instead, Cormier landed up fighting Derek Lewis, submitting him via rear naked choke in round 2. And a lot of questions were asked that night. Who is DC going to fight next? Because he wanted to retire in March. Of course, March of this year, in fact. But of course, that didn't happen. And the question was, is he going to fight Stipe again? Or will the fight with Brock happen? Me, personally, after that night, I thought he was going to fight Stipe. And here we are. The fight was announced in May. We're here. No bumps in the road, no bruises in the road. We're good to go. We're ready for the biggest night of fight in history. But like I said, back to the underdog factor for DC. He's been the underdog all his life, mainly because he's the shortest fighter out there. Shortest fighter in the heavyweight division. He hasn't lost at heavyweight. In fact, you could easily make him the favorite. He hasn't lost at heavyweight. In fact, one judge, when he fought Josh Barnett, gave Josh Barnett one entire round. That just shows how good he is. Now, I'd say he's a heavyweight GOAT. I don't know about the GOAT, but putting him in as the underdog is kind of insane. Although Stipe, like I said, will be hungry, motivated, determined. And I feel there's a little theory on why Stipe lost the first fight. A lot of people have that theory, he underestimated him. But me personally, I thought, hey, Stipe came off the biggest win of his career against Francis Ngannou back at UFC 220 in January of 2018 from Boston, Massachusetts. I don't know why I lisp right there. But anyway, he came off the biggest win of his career then. He beat Ngannou. He outsmarted Ngannou. Ngannou is a scary man. He still is a scary man. And if you see what Ngannou was doing now to guys, what he did to Curtis Blades, what he did to Cain Velasquez, what he did to Junior Dos Santos, you'll see that is a big feather in Stipe's hat. Like, he was no joke leading into that fight against Stipe, and many people thought Ngannou would walk away with the victory. However, Stipe weathered the first round storm, absorbed bombs from Ngannou. I mean, bombs from Ngannou. Like, I thought he was going to go down. And the people I had over that night thought he was going to go down as well. But like a true champion, he fought through it. Now, here's the thing on everyone knew Ngannou had punching power. Everyone and their mom knew he had punching power. So maybe Stipe was ready for that. And then when he fought Cormier, he didn't think Cormier would catch him like that. It was just one right hook that sent the lights out in Georgia. Or Cleveland, you might ask, because that's where Stipe is from. O-H-I-O. That's who I'm going for. Stipe. There's my prediction. I spoiled it early. But, in my eyes, Stipe underestimated DC, and he just didn't think Cormier could knock him out that quick. It was in the first round, 346. And Stipe has said all week, and basically all leading up into the fight, he said that, hey, I was doing good, and he just got caught. You can make that argument. I thought personally that's what happened. I thought he controlled the distance, landed good shots, good 1-2s that stunned Cormier, kept Cormier on his jab, and he did get caught. That's the nature of the game. However, the big question coming into this fight is, what will Stipe fix? If he feels that he didn't do nothing wrong in that fight and just got caught, that could be a win for Daniel Cormier. Or are we going to see the most spectacular Stipe of all time? Or Stipe's coming in a little emotional. You know, he's clearly stated he don't really like Daniel Cormier. Will that make him make mistakes? Or will it add more fuel to the fire? And will that make him the heavyweight champion once again? It's going to be an outstanding fight. I know I'm going to be on the edge of my seat for it. I can't wait to see what's going on. The prelims are on now, by the way, so if you're watching this, go check out the prelims right now. Main card starts at 8. Don't miss it. Buy it on ESPN+. I don't know why they do that. It should just be regular pay-per-view, but I don't run the shit. Anyway, next co-main event. The fight everybody's talking about. People seem to sleep on Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic. However, I feel, drum roll, Anthony Pettis got this. I feel Pettis is going to win. I'm having trouble on deciding whether if it's going to be a knockout or a decision. I see both, but Pettis, coming off that big win against Wonderboy, carrying that extra weight, he does have the power to knock him out. However, Diaz has that California toughness, man. He has that strength. He has that will to not give up. He could get hit so many times, not go down. As you can see when he fought Conor McGregor both times in his last 2 fights. Both one in March in 2016, then in August 2016, 5 months apart. You can see that he does not give up. His face could be drooped to the left side. Pettis is going to even now droop it to the right side. But either way, man, that is a fight. Pettis is no joke on the ground, but of course Nate Diaz isn't. However, I don't see this fight really going to the ground. I do see Diaz engaging the clinch actions. However, I see Pettis just outclassing him. You know, he said throughout the week he went for speed instead of bulkiness. When he fought Wonderboy Thompson back in March, he went for bulkiness. Well, in this fight, he's going for speed. And I feel he's got that. I feel it's on his side. I think he needs to use his kicks, man. That's what Conor McGregor did best in the second fight. It's only a 3-round fight. And in my eyes, Pettis, in all of his fights, even the fights that he's won, he's had the tendencies of like being a little gun shy and not pulling the trigger. You know, when you don't pull the trigger in the fight, especially in a 3-round fight, that's kind of a short fight. He needs to go out there and push the tempo, push the pace, push the action, be in Diaz's face. Because Diaz is going to be in his face. But if they made each other in the middle of the octagon, then there's no question. We're in for an amazing, amazing fight. But, however, I promise you guys a prediction. Like I said, it's just so hard to piece it up, man. It's so hard to piece it up. I say Pettis wins, 3rd round TKO. Lands a big, big bomb. Finishes it off from there. Then, we got the battle of the bodybuilders. The battle of the South American and the Cuban. Brazil versus Cuba. Yoel Romero and Paulo Costa. The battle of the bodybuilders. I don't really have that much muscles. I need to work on them. I got little noodle arms. But hey, whatever. Custom made chain. Who am I kidding? I ain't diamond living. I don't have anything custom made. You think I'm on that level yet? Come on, man. I'm broke as a joke. Why do you think I started this channel? I'm trying to make some money. Anyway, Yoel Romero, Paulo Costa. That fight is not going the distance. Somebody's going out cold. You know, and these guys do have a little beef here and there. But I feel it will be squashed after this fight. It was a little beef, but it wasn't enough to catch really national UFC headlines. But man, what a fight that's going to be. Paulo Costa 12-0. All fights being finished. 12 knockouts. Most recent against Uriah Hall back at UFC 226. Same night these two guys fought. I happened to be there. The real question you should ask is, with Paulo Costa being 12-0, when his big test will be. He had a test against Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall cracked him with a good punch. But he's fighting against a guy who's fought for the title 2 times, and Yoel Romero, who had his last fight against Robert Whittaker back at UFC 225, June of 2018. Great fight. I believe he won that fight personally, but they gave it to Whittaker, obviously. Personally, though, the question you really got to ask is, what test will be given to Costa? But you also have to wonder, how healthy is Yoel Romero? He's up there in age. He had a pretty bad weight cut. What percentage will the gas tank be at tonight? Not only that, though, like I said, what will he show Costa that he hasn't seen before? What will he do to throw him off his game? All I know is those questions will be answered in about 2 hours, maybe 3. I'm excited. I got Romero winning first round knockout. I feel Costa will be handed his first loss. You know, I just feel Romero's too much. He has too much experience. He has the wrestling on his side. Nobody's been able to take down Costa in his 12 fights. I feel that's going to change tonight. But don't be underestimated by Costa for being 12-0. He is the guy that, like I said, 12 finishes. How can you deny that? I'm excited to find out. We're going to see. We got the fights ordered. We're about to watch them in a couple minutes. I'm about to go watch the prelims right now. I'll make a video Monday to give you guys a little recap on the fights, what I thought about the fights. You guys will see. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to comment on who do you think will win the fight. Comment on what should happen after the fight. And the biggest question of all, $1 million question I forgot to put in. Will Daniel Cormier retire? That's been the question that everyone's been seeming to ask, because even after the Derek Lewis fight. Like I said, he was supposed to retire in March of this year. He was unable to fight in March of this year due to back problems. He had back surgery. The big question is, will he retire after this fight? I don't believe so. When he gets his ass whooped, I don't believe so. But we'll see. Like I said, comment on what you think he will do. If he does win this fight, will there be a third fight with John Jones? Will there be a third fight with John Jones anyway? Comment below. If you see the fights, let me know what you think about the fights. You can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook under AJ Maldonado. Just let me know what you think. Don't forget, comment. I don't know how many times I have to say that. Just comment, guys. Subscribe. Please subscribe. I need to make some money. I'm trying to get paid. I gotta send some people to college. I gotta go to college. I don't know how many times I gotta stick my dinosaur neck out to do it. Alright? Enjoy the fights if you're seeing them. Enjoy them if you're watching them on Facebook. This is your boy AJ, and I am out. Much love and peace. Keep it 100 as always, brothers and sisters.